Hi there, and thank you so much for clicking on this video today. My name is Kaylee and I'm a beauty and fashion photographer based near Sydney, Australia. And on this channel, we talk about all things photography, retouching, tutorial, and business related. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the only lighting modifier that you really need as a beginner. So this video is specifically for people who are looking at getting into studio photography or working around studio lighting a lot more, and maybe would consider themselves a beginner in this field. And this video is specifically for people who are interested in photographing portraits. So as I said, I am a fashion and beauty photographer and I really tend to base my videos around that, so just keep that in mind when you're watching this video. So we're really going to dive into this video straight away today, and I really do believe that a lot of people when they're first starting out with photography, and in particular studio lighting, they really feel the need to have a lot of different modifiers and to buy out a complete studio kit, which I don't think is necessary, and I'm going to go through a few reasons today why I think this particular modifier is really the only thing you're going to need as a beginner in this field, and especially if you're looking at doing beauty portraits or up close portraits, this is going to be a really good modifier for you to use. So the modifier that I'm talking about is an octabox. So I do own one of these. I've owned it for a very long time, and ever since I bought my first studio lighting kit back around 8 or 9 years ago, I think it was, and it's really never steered me wrong by using this particular modifier. I still use it to this day regularly on photo shoots, and I'm going to go through a few reasons why that is and why I believe that this is the only modifier you need if you're just starting out. So the first reason as to why this is the only modifier you need when you're first starting out is that it's versatile. And I really want to stress this point because there are several different ways that you can modify the light when using an octabox. And by different ways to modify the light, I actually mean by using different sub-modifiers that quite often come with octaboxes. And if they don't actually come with the octabox that you have, it's likely that you'll be able to purchase them separately. So I'm specifically talking about diffusers and grids in this instance. Now, as I said, you can use these sub-modifiers to actually alter the light, which really makes it a very versatile option for a light modifier. You can direct the light a little bit more by using the grid, or you can really soften the light by using diffusers. And you can often use several layers of diffusers within an octabox. I've used these sub modifiers so many times on my photo shoots. They are great to experiment with as well. And it just makes it a very versatile option. If you are only going to be choosing one modifier to purchase initially, it really does have those options for you to modify the light as you see fit. So the second reason is that it actually produces very flattering light, and especially for portraits. Now this can actually really appear in the catch lights because it's more of a rounded modifier as opposed to maybe a square softbox or a strip softbox. It's going to give you a really nice natural looking catch light in the eyes. And this is a really nice flattering effect that you can achieve with an octabox. Also, the light and how it falls on a person's face is really quite lovely. And it's very easy to achieve a nice butterfly effect with smaller shadows in the shot, depending of course on which octabox you choose, but it generally will produce very flattering light for portraits, and it's another reason why I love using it. The third reason is that it can often be cheaper to purchase an octabox over potentially a beauty dish or another modifier. I know that for a lot of beginners, you may have a very limited budget in how much you can spend on your studio lighting, on your camera equipment. So sometimes it's good to kind of look at what is going to be the most versatile and what is going to be the most value for what you're purchasing. And I can definitely vouch for an octabox in this sense that it is usually quite reasonable to purchase as a modifier as opposed to some of the other modifiers out there. I also find that it's a modifier that tends to be included in a lot of lighting kits out there. So for example, if you're looking at purchasing a 2-strobe lighting kit as a beginner, and you might have some softboxes or extra modifiers included in that pack, a lot of the time they will include an octabox. So it's definitely something good to watch out for. Number 4 is that it's great for home studios as it can act like several modifiers in one. So as I've already mentioned, it's a very versatile light, and if you don't have a lot of space in your home setup, for example, it's really good to get something once again that's going to be versatile and it's not going to take up a lot of space. So I think that getting an octabox of a reasonable size is going to act like several potential modifiers in one. As I said, you can really change up the lighting with just using this one modifier. So it's definitely something to consider again if you're looking at having a home studio. And number 5 is that you can actually purchase different styles of octaboxes. So you can actually get larger ones, you can get smaller ones, you can get ones that are a lot deeper, and then you can get ones that are a little bit more shallow. And depending on the light that you want to produce within your own portrait images and your own photography style, a deeper octabox will be more directional with the light and add a little bit more contrast to your images. And there'll also be less best throw and spread of light as well. So if you want something that is a little bit more directional, you can go for something that's a little bit deeper in an octabox. And then you can get an octabox that is a little bit more shallow. So once again, that's kind of like the opposite of a deeper one. And there will be less noticeable contrast and shadows if you're looking at purchasing something that's a bit more shallow. And you can also get something that's in the middle. So you do have a wide range of octaboxes out there that you can purchase. As I said, you can get larger and smaller. So once again, it's something to consider if you're in a home studio and you do need something that's a little bit smaller. It's something that's generally available with most lighting brands. So I really hope this video has been helpful for you. And if you're a beginner out there with studio lighting, please let me know if you want to see more videos like this one. I'd be really happy to do more videos for beginners on studio lighting because I think that it's always good to get as much information about this stuff as you can, especially when you are looking at purchasing a kit, and we all know they can be expensive. So if you do need any more tips on studio lighting, please feel free to put them in the comments section down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel already, make sure you do. I'll be posting many more tutorials and videos like this one in future. But thank you so much for watching again, and I'll see you in the next video.